Early on with Natalia, she was doing as many things as possible to cause hurt or harm or mental distress to the entire family.
I've got my adopted daughter trying to poison and kill my wife. We have had her standing over my bed with a knife. She's clearly dangerous.
At this point, what do? We take her to the stress center. She's seen by a psychiatric doctor.
And so at this point in time, we had already begun asking mental health professionals for help, trying to find guidance, trying to figure out the right medication. And all we're told at every turn is,
nothing you can do about this. She is this. This doesn't go away. This doesn't change. And she can't stay at the stress center. She's yours. Take her home.
but they did say,
you can't let Natalia have free roam of the house anymore. You need to put a latch on the outside of her door. And anytime she needs food, bath, bathroom, whatever's needed, you need to escort her through the house. You cannot let her freely roam your home anymore. At this point, we haven't done anything as a family for a long time. We can't go to eat dinner together. We can't go to the grocery store together. We are always on guard for things. We don't do anything. So, it's my son's birthday. Ethan, my youngest son, loved cows. So for his birthday, we find a place in Indianapolis that lets you milk your own cow. It's called Traders Point Creamery. We get inside and they say, we have some release forms for you to sign. Out there where the cows are is an electric fence. And you have to say, you know there's an electric fence there, and if you touch it and you get harmed, that you're not gonna hold us liable. When they say that to us, Natalia's eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. Really? There's a scary fence out there and I have to sign this? Happily signs away. It's another quarter mile from that building to where the fence starts. Everything's fine. The moment we get within 10 feet of the fence, Natalia suddenly can't walk again.
Before we went on a walk on the trail, my mom and Natalia sort of stayed back.
So Christine decides, you're not gonna ruin Ethan's birthday. Michael, you take the boys, you go on ahead. I will stay back here and I'll handle this. Myself, my three sons, we keep going. We keep going. We get about 40, 50 yards down and I start hearing screaming. I turn and look. Natalia and Christine are in a physical altercation. It looks like Natalia's trying to pull Christine. Now, you might think, hey, she's a little person. How strong can she be? She uses her arms a lot. Push herself up on things. She goes up the stairs using her arms. She's got guns that Schwarzenegger would be impressed with. She's very strong. My wife is frail. She's got a degenerative disease called lupus. She's weak. I start to go back. Christine says, no, go. Okay. She wants my son to have his birthday. We go. And me and the boys double time it. We get a little bit farther down, and we hear the sirens. The second I heard the sirens, I thought Christine was dead. I think she's dead. And the police have arrived, ambulances have arrived, and we can see Christine is there.
Christine's very angry, very upset.
Natalia's over with the EMTs. And Natalia had been trying to pull Christine into the electric fence. She'd been screaming out loud. How am I with language in this interview? Am I allowed to use words? You fucking bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to kill you, you bitch, you're gonna die.
Christine screaming at them, she needs to be arrested. She tried to kill me. She needs to be arrested. She tried to kill me.
We wanted charges. We wanted her arrested. She admittedly, to their face, when they came to the 911 call, said, I'm trying to kill her. They made the distinction that their visual told them, hey, that's a little girl. She's not really trying to kill anybody. She's sick. We're gonna take her to the hospital instead.
But they stated, we're not gonna press charges. She's gonna get a mental health evaluation.
I think she was already in the ambulance by the time I'd come back. I was like, oh, well, I guess Natalia's mental health is clearly off. I guess it's good that she goes to the hospital. I felt a sense of relief, like it can be a little safer.
Christine and I said,
She has to go to a hospital long-term and get help. We didn't know how long. She can't come home until she's better.
when Natalia was in the state mental hospital, she was under 24/7 observation and care of 90 doctors, nurses, orderlies, therapists, etc. While she's there, she admits openly and freely that, yeah, I'm trying to kill her. And by the way, I'm going to tell you, doctors, and I'm going to write this in my journal, I'm going to kill the boys too. And here's specifically what I'm going to do to them. I am going to stab them with a knife while they sleep. I'm going to drag their bodies out of the house, and I'm going to put them underneath the deck out back.
Natalia drew this picture immediately after being admitted to LaRue Carter State Hospital. It says bye as in goodbye.
She's not a kid, that's an adult. She was aggressive, she was very manipulative, she could be sneaky at times.
They acted like she couldn't speak English, but then she would talk to us in English, like when nobody was around. I remember she used to fight with the staff. We gave her an injection, her backside, obviously, and she was fighting. So one of the first things you notice is she does have pubic hair.
She was all adult. I mean, the clothing, the talk. I remember seeing how mature she was and how busty she was. Her clothing became very revealing of her body, you know, her breast. She talked about sex a lot. She was on the table, and there were a bunch of male patients there, and she was talking to them about being a boyfriend.
After a couple weeks,
We get a phone call from them. You got to come get her. Why? Well, they try to be really delicate with it.
Natalia was propositioning the men.
What are you talking about?